All right, how about now? Can you guys hear me? Yep. Okay, it works. Yeah, okay, I don't know what happened. So for those of you that don't know, I cleaned my whole basement, cleaned the whole thing. There's a bunch of dog hair and shit everywhere. I unplugged my mic and I did not realize that I had to plug it back in for it to work. Um, so yeah, my apologies for that. But yeah, no, I was telling all my deepest darkest secrets, like Max said there. So real quick, I'm just gonna run through the intro again. So what's up, everybody? What a weekend. Huge action this weekend. Lots to talk about. But first, I wanted to give a big shout out to my friend Cole Thompson. His band is called The Hunting Project. He's going to supply me music moving forward. We've been working on acquiring new music that's not copywritten. That's obviously like really good. It's really hard to find not non-copywritten music that's good. So I'm very thankful for him. So you guys will be hearing that again. Band's called The Hunting Project. Put the link down below, the Spotify link, if you guys want to give them a listen. Really, really good music. Really good guy, too. So thanks so much, man. Big shout out to you. So, got a couple things I want to show you guys before I get in the charts. My video editor and I made a video. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to play it in here after we get through this intro. It's great. We've waited weeks to post it, primarily because of all the spoofing that's happened and just all this crazy bullshit that's happened. But other than that, let's kind of get into this. So for some of you that kind of stayed wary and listened, even if you were longing and staying cautious, you were looking at my analysis or taking analysis out of some of the other people in the Discord and saying, yeah, something's not right. This doesn't feel right. You know, I'm glad you stuck it out because it paid off. You know, you ignored all of this bullshit noise. You ignored all of the emotions in the market, and it paid off. You saved yourself from a potential 30+% loss, from being liquidated, from being stopped out, from losing money overall. So big shout out to you guys. Again, really appreciate all the support you guys give me. But let's get into this. So I want to play this video, this little video clip for you guys. Let's make this big. So again, video editor and I made this. This is how the Moon Boys felt after they realized it was the bear market. Oh, no sound on the video? God damn, what is wrong with the stream today? Well, regardless, the video is online on Twitter. I don't know what the deal is with all the audio today. I apologize. I unplugged a lot of stuff and replugged it in, and it just messed with my whole stream. I don't have time, and I don't want to waste your guys' time trying to fix all the audio right now. So for next stream, I'll have that ready. I really didn't think everything was going to change. But all right, let's get into the charts real quick. That's why we're here. We're going to get through the business portion. So just want to say hi to some people. Max, what's up? Matt Moss, what's up? Yeah, sorry about the mic being muted. Ant, what's up, dude? Avenger, what's up? Yo, yo, yo. So yeah, the link for the video is on my Twitter. Definitely take it a look. It's pinned on the top of my Twitter, and it's worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. Again, big shout out to my video editor, OtheDirector. He's in the Discord. If you like it or thought it was funny, definitely give him a message. He'd really appreciate that. But all right, let's get into the charts. So big stuff, guys. Last week, I had said we are testing this breakout point on the total chart. I had said if we fall through that breakout point, we are going to go much lower. So these two last red weeks, they were test, and I said, okay, these next 1 to 2 weeks are super important, like the most important for continuation upwards, regardless of whether you think the market's going to turn bearish soon or bullish. Okay, so we had a false breakout, false breakout. We broke out, we failed the back test, and now we're going down. This means one of two things. One, the most possible thing that's going to happen is we're going to retest our breakout point, which is anywhere really in this zone. I'd say as high as 2.5 trillion. For those of you that don't know, the total chart is all of crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the altcoins, all the shit coins, all the bullshit in the space, whatever. It's all of crypto. So if we fail to get above 2.5 trillion, if we fall and, just do a retest and then fall, this market's going to fall very hard, and we are definitely entering a very harsh crypto winter. In most bear markets that crypto has seen, we've seen anywhere between a 75 to a 90% drop in price, whether that be Bitcoin or altcoins. Generally, Bitcoin and Ethereum outperform all the other altcoins. So if you're looking to DCA right now, personally, I would wait a little while to DCA. But if you are like, hey, I just want to DCA, I don't really care, I'm in it for 10, 20 years, I don't mind, then, DCA into the things that hold their value and make consistent all-time highs, which are your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, and a couple other altcoins. Other than that, I wouldn't look too heavily into some of the other alts, primarily because they've never experienced a bear market. And you'd be surprised how many alts have been through a bear market and have never broken their previous all-time high. So keep that in mind. You don't want to invest in something if we are at the top and it never go back to that top or above. So keep that in mind. But yeah, total chart, not looking real bullish anymore. Yes, we made a higher high. Yes, technically we made a higher low, but we have absolutely smashed our uptrend. We have now closed below our uptrend. This is not looking good for continuation. Usually when you lose your uptrends, you start making a downtrend, or you go sideways and down, slightly sideways and down, whatever. But I expect some more downside, especially with this long wick. I expect this wick to be filled. One of the big possibilities here that big shout out to Sauced Up Ant in the Discord. He has been screaming Head and Shoulders for the last probably 2 months. And when I first saw his chart, I was like, I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I mean, I knew we would go into a bear market, but now that it's happening and now that it's painting the way he first drew it, this guy's a genius. I mean, he's taken everything this market has shown over the last 2 months, the spoofing, the dead cat bounce, the lack of retail, the stablecoin spoofing, like I said earlier, and he's formulated a chart that looks like this, and it's very simple. It comes down like this, it comes back up, retests, and continues down. It does make perfect sense. And to be fair, when you look at the longer scheme of things, like 2017 to basically now. So we have, this is our bear market, then we have a mini bull cycle all the way back up. We come back down. Let's say we continue on, maybe accumulate in here, and then we go parabolic again and maybe hit 10 trill market cap. But for right now, what he said, it makes perfect sense. Head and Shoulders, it's a distributive pattern. It's a bearish reversal pattern, and we are definitely seeing the first waves of the bear market. Sorry if you're overly bullish, but we are 100% seeing the first waves of the bear market. Whether we see an 80% correction or even 20% more of a correction from the levels we're at, we are 100% seeing a bear market, or the start of a bear market. So moving forward, let's look at Total 2. So Total 2 is your Ethereum and your altcoins, excluding Bitcoin. So again, I had said we were testing this breakout level. We went, we kind of bounced off it, which was really nice, but then we actually ended up closing the week below our breakout level. Again, very bearish, false breakout. False breakouts definitely lead to, or most likely lead to, big dumps, like huge dumps, especially when you're seeing it on a weekly chart like this. This is not very strong. Again, we're seeing that possible Head and Shoulders form here, where you have your left shoulder, your head, and now your right shoulder possibly going to retest 1.4 and then continue down. Personally, for me, I think we continue down, then up and make that right shoulder, but either way, it's looking very probable. Total 3, this is your altcoins excluding Ethereum and, of course, Bitcoin. So Total 3 has looked bearish for quite some time. And I'm going to give you guys something real quick. So in the bull market, altcoins outperform Bitcoin. So if altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, we are in a bull market. And this makes sense because when Bitcoin goes up, alts tend to go up more. Altcoins are generally like a more, they move more dramatically than Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin's going down, altcoins go down more. Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up more. Bitcoin goes down, altcoins go down more. So if you apply that logic to now bull and bear cycle, so if our altcoins are no longer outperforming Bitcoin, they broke down far before Bitcoin, that's a sign that the bear market is here because now Bitcoin is outperforming alts. Which again, Bitcoin always outperforms alts in the bear market, and alts always outperform Bitcoin in the bull market. Makes sense? Hopefully it does. That's like a tongue twister, and I don't want to say it again. So real quick, we're going to look at the DXY. Still looking really bullish. Still holding that uptrend. Still holding that breakout. Still looking very good to continue upwards. Yada yada. Let's move on. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance bottoming right where this green or this yellow line is. Right where we said it would bottom. Anywhere between the yellow and purple. We had called out that this is possibly an inverted head and shoulders, which it very much is. So you have your left shoulder, your head, and now your right shoulder. You could also consider this a triple bottom. I'll give that to you. But I fully expect this to go up now. This is far overdue. This market cycle timing is over, December being the last month. And now that we've officially broken uptrend, it's over. Bitcoin should absolutely outperform altcoins moving forward. So, all right, let's get into Bitcoin. So, for those of you permabulls out there, I'm really sorry for you. You know, if this is your first time in a bull market, seeing the bull market cycle, not realizing all of the bullshit that happens in this space, not maybe quite understanding price action, not understanding momentum, I'm sorry for you. I did the same thing you did. In 2017, I listened to all the influencers. I bought into all the hype. I bought into all the emotions just like you did. And I got absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. And, my portfolio wasn't very large, so it didn't really matter that I'm a young guy. So when my portfolio got wrecked, I could restart and it didn't kill me. Moving forward, I hope that you gain the knowledge that you might have bought in a top or bought near a top, and you can move forward into the next bull cycle knowing all of this and buy close to the bottom in DCA and walk away, plentiful. Because believe it or not, you getting wrecked by this market or maybe being inexperienced and learning from this cycle, the next cycle you're going to outperform it. You're going to outperform it because you're going to know when to buy, you're going to know when to sell, you're going to know what the chart needs to look like. You're going to know when maybe some altcoins pop off, when, obviously it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, small cap, large cap, and then shitcoins. So you're going to know how to rotate your money between certain altcoins. You're going to know when to be in Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera. So let's get into why I think the bear market's beginning. So first of all, our weekly has absolutely closed below macro uptrend. Macro uptrend being from July. If we look at the prior uptrend, maybe from here, I've seen this before that, okay, we're just testing this zone. Okay, that's fine. If that's what you want to believe. But if I put this in log mode, let's see, I've not done this yet. If I put this in log, let's see how far this macro uptrend goes. You guys ready? That's macro uptrend. You have to put it in log mode, or else you're going to get inaccurate results. Sorry. Or else you're going to get inaccurate results. We have absolutely closed below, or at least wick down below macro uptrend, which is not very bullish. Plus, your price action is very bearish. This is this selling volume that's happened in the last 3 weeks is more volume than we've had since the bottom in July. Guys, in order to go parabolic, you need momentum. So a perfect example is when Bitcoin was around 10,000 here, and we saw a ton of volume come in here. This is momentum building. This is parabolic volume. This is healthy bull market volume. This is exactly what you want to see in a bull market. This That's not what you want to see in a bull market. That generally means dead cat bounce, which we had a dead cat bounce here. You know, the low volume moving forward, so all of this up here, this second circle that I drew up here, the only reason we saw 40 to 69K was due to tether spoofing. Tether spoofing to allow institutions that weren't able to sell in this area, or whales that weren't able to sell in that area, to further sell, to sell the rest of their bags. That's why you're seeing selling now. That's why your uptrend is has failed. And overall, I mean, there was no momentum to begin with. So for those of you, or for the people that are still leaning bullish, you know, you need momentum, you need buying, you need retail interested, you need parabolic parabolic formation, which again, you need retail to go parabolic. The institutions, the big whales, they bought a long time ago. Like, they are already in so much profit. They already bought. They're already in. They're not is what's going to push this price up super fast or parabolically. That is purely retail. That is new money entering the market. So, all right. Let's see. Alex. Yo, what's up, Alex? You trust this recent pump? No. This recent pump is just a relief pump. Relief pump. That's all it is. I'm gonna talk about that. Sorry, I'm taking things slow today. I've got some time. Girlfriend's out of town, and walked the dog earlier. I got some time to burn, so I'm actually gonna move this monitor. But no, this pump right here, this is just a relief pump. That's all it is. So we saw a fake out 8 days ago and a major dump on a weekend. So yeah, we saw a major dump Friday leaning into well, Saturday. So, you know, makes sense. I'd say Friday night more or less. Which, you know, Fridays there's always a lot of volume in, usually. So all right, let's look at the daily real quick. So the daily, you know, I typically don't like moving averages, but for the sake of it, we saw a death cross, the 20 over the 50. Usually that's a weak death cross or a low death cross. Now we're seeing the 20 over the 100, you know, again, a low death cross. The 50 over the 100 would be a medium death cross. The 50 over the 200 is definitely a high death cross. So you're seeing your moving averages start to curl over. They're definitely leaning more bearish. They're pointing down. You know, some of your longer term moving averages, like the 100, like the 200, they're acting as support right now, which is totally fine. That, you know, this is perfect for a relief bounce, like I said. So your moving averages are definitely bearish. Let's look at Ichimoku. Ichimoku, definitely bearish. We are now below the cloud. For those of you who don't know, being above the cloud's bullish. Being below the cloud is bearish. Our I forget what these lines are called. They're your lead span lines, I believe, but they crossed over bearish. Not looking good. Let's look at KC. KC, we're actually below the lower KC line, which is usually a sign of selling strength, especially with what just happened. We actually saw ourselves below the leading KC line for quite some time, all throughout May when we were dumping. So again, I fully expect that. As long as your indicators are correlating, and this is something I'm going to talk about here in a second when I get through a couple more of these. If a bunch of your indicators are correlating positively, so if they're matching up, so let's say, you know, for those of you that don't know what correlation is, so positive correlation would be like if my KC, my price action, my MACD, and my RSI are all bearish, then price should be bearish. That'd be positive correlation. Negative correlation is when you have multiple indicators telling you multiple different things. So maybe your MACD is bullish, but your price action's bearish. That'd be negative correlation. So with my trading system, I look for correlation. And as of right now, you have volume going up as we're going down. We have selling momentum still pretty strong. You know, you could argue that maybe it's weakening, but to me, this just looks like a relief bounce to retest our macro trend line. You know, if we really want to get specific here, we can go up a little bit higher, but not really. You know, this could definitely move to 53K and then continue lower. Not out of the picture, but for right now, all of my indicators are positively correlating RSI definitely positively correlating. We're seeing lower lows in RSI as we're making lower lows. That's positive correlation with MACD and price action. So in order to say that we're going to bounce, I'd want to see some negative correlation. So maybe, okay, let's say this. Let's say we get this test and we continue lower. So, but volume kind of tapers off. So if volume's going down and we're continuing lower, that's some negative correlation between price and volume, which is actually bullish price action. Next, I'd look for MACD. Let's say if MACD starts like, we're selling, but we're kind of like making lower, definitely this trend line is starting to go up instead of down. Definitely RSI, you're going to see some divergences like this, especially for making lower lows. That's when negative correlation's in, and that's when I know that there's going to be a relief swing, just like over here. So I will show you exactly what I mean right now. So in May, which I think this dump is very similar to May, just like most large crashes or start of a bear market, you have a huge dump followed by very bearish price action. So here's your bearish price action. We have volume going up every time we sell. We have very low volume on this relief bounce. Then we continue lower. So we continue lower, we continue lower. Okay, we back test our main support line here at 41K, super low volume, but then we continue lower and then lower. So if we look at volume here, we are actually having lower volume as we're drifting lower. That is bullish price action. So I'm like, okay, price action is kind of bullish here. Maybe there will be a relief bounce, like a really big relief bounce, like a nice big dead cat bounce to the 50K region. 50K would be reasonable, especially after we just had a 60% dump. So okay, this is looking kind of bullish. Our MACD very, very flat, and also I want to note that these two lines in here are going up as our price is going down. Again, negative correlation. That's technically bullish. Same with RSI. RSI is going up as price is going down. That's, again, negative correlation. So I have three things here that tell me a bullish upswing is most likely going to happen, which it happened. That's great. Totally happened. The reason why I was convinced that we were going to go lower is because we had volume going down as we pumped up, which is the definition of a dead cat bounce. This is all spoofing, so ignore it. But let's move forward. Now that I've kind of given that example, let's move forward. Let me clear out all this crap from the chart. So let's move forward. What is going to happen moving forward? Okay, so I'm going to paint one scenario. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. Do not trade based off this scenario. This is a scenario. You need way more indications in order to trade this. So let's say, okay, we have these two green days. Let's say we go all the way up to 53K. Great. For those of you that are scalping, I hope you make some money. But okay, from there, we get this retest of prior support, which is an hour resistance, and then we continue down. So let's say we continue lower into the 40K region. So let's say 41K. Let's say we go down to 41K and volume kind of tapers off. So now we have volume going down as price is going down. Okay, you're not just going to shoot up to the moon. That's not what happens. But let's say, we bounce, maybe revisit this prior support level, and then we come down again. And volume's still kind of going down as we're going down again. Great. Let's say our MACD, kind of goes up, kind of goes down. And then on this, sorry, I kind of drew that wrong. I'm trying to get accurate. So we're kind of still going down here, still going down. And then we start going up as this is going down. So as this is going down, this is kind of going up. Again, negative correlation. We're probably going to see a relief bounce. Now, for those of you that are like, oh, we're going to go back to 60K. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Okay, I think this is going to happen. I think we're going to go here or maybe down low, retest this area, relief bounce back to 53K, and continue lower or continue sideways. This market has no business being above 50 to 53K at all. Zero business. I don't want to take the credit for the Head and Shoulders call. Someone from my Discord, his name is Sauced Up Ant. He made this Head and Shoulders call, so it's his. But I think it's very likely. If we are in a full-blown bear market, we will continue lower. After we make this right shoulder here, So after we make the right shoulder, we should absolutely continue lower. Our neckline would be 41K or wherever this wick is, wherever the most support is. Or we hit an accumulation phase, which, you know, if you want to zoom out and say that that's it, you know, we kind of go sideways here, maybe go up, maybe go down, and then you go parabolic again. But I really don't think this market has any business being above 50K for quite some time. We've seen the spoofing. Retail has gotten wrecked to the point where, you know, they don't want to be in this market. They don't want to get wrecked anymore. The global economy is looking worse and worse every single day. People don't have money to invest right now. People don't have any business putting their money anywhere other than burying it in their backyard for people that are just trying to get by. So Abdul says, do you think we will see a new all-time high for Bitcoin this cycle? The cycle's over. The cycle's been over since April. You know, I can talk about this now too. The cycle's been over since April. We saw a 20x. This is a parabolic move. This whole blue line is a parabolic move. We saw distribution. You know, at this point in Bitcoin's life, there is too much big money to have a blow off top. So we saw distribution. You know, then we dropped. That's fine too. Usually that's when the market is done. You know, it's done. It needs to cool off. We need to enter a bear phase. Okay, then we saw dead cat bounce. Normal in a bear market. Dead cat bounces happen pretty often in 2017. I mean, they happened. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 before we had a mini bull cycle. Okay, and then we drop again. And then what happens? We go up or we go down. So for me, I thought we went down because we had so much like low volume on that pump, but we actually ended up pumping all the way up to 69K. And for those of you that, you know, still thought we were in a bull cycle, or all the moon boys out there that were like, we're bullish, we're going to make all-time highs, 100K, 400K by December. No, you're flat out wrong. Go on Google Trends and type in Bitcoin. It's been downtrending since May. Completely downtrending since May. No, retail isn't interested in buying. And, you know, I had some dumbass tell me like, oh, well, more and more people know what Bitcoin is, so they don't need to search it. Okay, one, just because I'm searching the term Bitcoin doesn't mean I'm trying to figure out what a Bitcoin is. People search Bitcoin to figure out what the price is. They type in Bitcoin to figure out how to buy it. You have to remember, only like 1% of the world invests in crypto. Okay, there's another 99% out there that don't touch this shit, that have no idea what it is, that don't know how to access the market. So when retail interest is downtrending, but stablecoin printing is going through the roof, it's spoofing. The market got spoofed. So, okay, we got spoofed back up to 69K. Great, we made an all-time high. You know, everyone got a huge boner out of it. And then you all got wrecked. Okay, then we dropped 50%. Actually, I think more than 50%. Sorry, less than 50%. We dropped 40%. So we dropped 40%. Okay, now what? So now I think we're at a point where the spoofing ends. You know, they can't continue to spoof this market. Tether is under investigation by the SEC. I actually believe they were under investigation somewhere up here, and that's why we started coming down so quickly. They can't keep printing stable coins in order to prop this market up. And for anyone that is bullish on crypto right now, you know, that's great. Everyone can have their own opinion. You know, I respect your opinion, but my job is to teach you risk management. And, you know, personally from experience and just from psychological and like a psychological perspective, how are you going to get $2 trillion in this market to pump Bitcoin to 100K? Or at least an extra trillion, because we're at about $1 trillion market cap right now, I believe. So we need another $1 trillion to go from 50,000 to 100,000. Where are you going to get that? You know, I keep saying, oh, once Bitcoin keeps going up, retail's going to FOMO in, the herd's coming. Okay, but we're going down. So what's going to give a reason for retail to want to buy and be involved in this space? I can't imagine. I can't imagine why retail would want to enter right now, especially with the global shit that's going on. I mean, Every time, people are like, oh, the dollar inflation, that's why we should have Bitcoin, that's why Bitcoin goes up in value. When the inflation report came out for the dollar, Bitcoin dropped like 4% instantly. And it's because people invest in this. They're not using it for anything yet. I think crypto has a use case in the next 10 to 15 years. By all means, I think blockchain technology is great. I think we should be using it now, but we're not, and we need to be realistic here. Yo, what's up, Bard? How's it going? Yo, what's up, Terry? Let's get Roman some more likes. Oh, dude, thanks so much. Yeah, guys, if you like what I have to say, a lot of people don't, but for those of you that do, please, I really like or appreciate a like and subscribe. It'd mean a lot to me. I put a lot of time and effort into my charts, into my Discord, uh, just talking to you guys, and yeah, I'd really appreciate any sort of support you can offer. Also, for those of you that don't know, my Discord is free. Free. Link is down below. Link is also in my Twitter bio. We share charts daily. We talk about indicators. We talk about how to use certain indicators, how to trade certain strategies. There's a ton of different resources you can read from, and literally all of it costs $0. I see a lot of big Twitter accounts with their paid groups and their paid bullshit and they're paid this and they're paid that. And it's funny. A lot of people that join those groups don't actually walk away making any money. They're actually getting scammed or getting brought into pump and dump schemes, or just all in all be given wrong information just to help boost the Twitter person's following. And to be fair, you guys can do whatever you want, but I have a literal free Discord with trading tools and anything you can imagine for $0 and you can absolutely use it however you'd like. For everyone that just recently subscribed, thank you so much. Uncommon stuff. Thank you. Sar Shetty. I think that's how you say your name. Thanks for the sub, man. And I'm totally gonna botch this name, but Paul Fortney Maria. Yeah, I totally botched that, but thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate it. I prefer reality over fantasy. Reality is, yeah, that's very. David says, you think Tether goes down? If so, Bitcoin will be annihilated. So actually, I've seen reports that the amount of Tether on exchanges is going down. So that usually means that people are taking profits and taking their stable coins off the market. So they're converting their stable coins into dollars, pesos, euros, whatever, and taking profits. There's distribution happening and profit taking happening right now. Forsaken says, hey Roman, thanks for the content education plan. Starting. Yeah. So in order to, in YouTube terms and books and stuff, so I learned trading through YouTube videos, through reading, and just like really like trial and error myself. I learned a couple different indicators, and I use a bunch of stuff, but normally this is what my chart looks like. I try to keep it very simple. I'm a swing trader, not a day trader. I don't use 1,000 indicators, but what I would recommend is try and find some things that work to you, and apply it to your eyes and brain. Learn the ins and outs of them. Learn how they correlate with each other. Learn how they've worked in the past. Learn what they signal in the past. But overall, like YouTubers to follow, I don't really have any in particular, but I believe 212 Trading kind of talks about all the different indicators, like how to use them, how they work overall, like RSI for like relative strength index, RSI, MACD, price action, the moving averages, estimated moving averages, Bollinger Bands. So I'd say 212 Trading is a good bet. But all in all, you kind of have to learn it on your own. Like, I don't think there's any one specific thing that can teach you how to trade. You just kind of have to do it and make as many mistakes as you can to learn from them in the future. And you have to develop your own system, because as much as I want to say that my system works for me, it might not work for you. So you need to figure out, how do I want to trade this market? Am I a swing trader? Am I a scalper? Am I a DCA? Am I an ape? Am I a moon boy? Am I an idiot? You have to figure out who you are and develop a strategy around there. And I'm going to tell you, it takes years to master. Like, my trading strategy I developed about 3 years ago, and it works for me. You know, I make really good money in this market. I do really well in this market. But in order to master, probably 5 to 10 years, if not longer. I mean, I still make mistakes. I still occasionally look at a 15-minute and think we're doing something crazy. But all in all, I think the biggest thing is, how do you manage your risk? So for me, I will maximal lose 1 to 2% total portfolio value per trade. So, you know, I'm a swing trader, so I edge my buys in. So I buy on support, I buy on the breakout, I buy on the next breakout, I buy on a back test. But no matter what, my risk reward is always 1% total loss. So if I can win 10 to 1, or if I can win 10%, maybe I put in a 2% loss, if that makes sense. So that way it brings it down to 5 to 1. But yeah, I think, you know, work on your risk management, try and figure out what kind of trader you are, and we're entering a bear market. If you're really worried about making money, just DCA your money. I would also recommend start with a super low amount. Start with way less than you'd normally use. Like, let's say you have 100 grand. Let's say you have not 100 grand. Let's say you have $10,000 that you can invest or that you want to start trading with. Take 9,500 of that and put it back in your bank account and use $500 to trade. You know, $500 is a decent chunk of money. You know, you'll feel some pain if you lose it. You might not feel some pain if you lose it, but you can really put yourself to the test if you're a good trader. And also, if you lose it all, you have another $9,500 in the bank, and you're going to be just fine. Another FUD comes up every time there's fear in the market. Nothing of it has come for years. Yeah, that's fine, but what is the other thing that's pushing us down? So for me, it's the fact that the market was spoofed. I think because it was spoofed, this bear market's going to be a lot harsher than previous bear markets, and it's going to be a rough one. Yeah, keep it simple and clean, baby. Keep it simple and clean. Thank you, Roman. Do you think the whales are manipulating again tonight? I also don't think that it's complete manipulation. Like, I saw this drop coming. There were plenty of us that saw this drop coming. We were talking about it for weeks in Discord, just looking before the drop. So let's take this chart and do this. We're going to ignore all of this. So get rid of all of this. That hasn't happened. Okay, what is happening with price action? So from the top, from 68K or 69K to 53K here, we are seeing volume go up as price is going down. This is bearish price action. Usually when you see this, there's going to be more drop that follows until you see exhaustion. Not to mention, but we had an ascending wedge here. We had a near perfect ascending wedge. We broke down. We didn't back test. You know, you're not always going to back test. And we continued down. We actually had some consolidation here. So we dropped, broke down, consolidated, and then dropped down further. I have a hard time believing people when they're like, this is people. They're like, I had no idea this was going to drop. No idea at all. Like, how did you not know that this was going to drop? We were breaking support levels nonstop. We had bearish price action. We had selling momentum the entire time this was dropping. Not to mention, but the weekly chart has had the lowest amount of volume in a very long time. This drop was predictable. And when it happened, we all knew it was going to happen. We all knew it was going to happen. Or at least most of us in the Discord knew it was going to happen, and we had accepted that. So for those of you that want to say, oh, this was unpredictable, it's the whales manipulating, it's someone wants to buy lower, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. This was so predictable it wasn't even funny. My dog could have predicted this. We had breakdown after breakdown with bearish price action and selling momentum, and RSI was also positively correlating with all of the downtrend. You cannot tell me for a second that that is bullish. That is 100% bearish. People were like, "Oh, there's an inverted head and shoulders in here." Where is the inverted head and shoulders? That is consolidation before a dump, my friend. Stop watching a 15-minute. Oh, and yeah, we won't get into that. But okay, looking back at the daily, we have absolutely closed below macro uptrend. For those of you that didn't see it, macro uptrend. We, by all means, have bearish price action. This is all bearish price action. You know, when price is going down and volume's going up, that is 100% bearish price action. Our MACD moving averages, I want to say. I don't remember what these lines are called, but I'm pretty sure they're moving averages. They're all going down. RSI, again, making lower highs and lower lows as we're dropping. This is 100% bearish. Whether that means we are going to be in a 3-year-long bear market is, you know, we won't really know until the end of the 3 years. But for right now, what's happening on this chart is 100% bearish, and any movement upwards. So let's say we move up and retest 53K. You know, I guarantee you there's going to be a ton of people that are like, we're bullish, and we're going to all-time high. No, we're not. No, we're not. We are not going to all-time high. This chart is bearish. We are retesting prior support, which is now new resistance. It happens all the time in trading, and we will continue lower. As of what happens next, I fully expect some kind of bounce back up to this 53K area. That's why I'd prefer just to go down. It would make it quicker. Also, I think if we retested it now, if we retest 53K in the next couple days, I don't think we're going to get this swing move. I think we're just going to knife through that support level. But, you know, that's speculation and it's up in the air. We have to trade with what we have right now, and what we have is a very bearish chart. Nothing on this chart screams bullish to me. I mean, you could argue and say, oh, we made a higher low than over here. Yes, but we broke through macro uptrend, and we have bearish price action to validate it with selling momentum gaining and RSI positively correlating again. So am I trading with TradingView? Yes, this is TradingView. I believe I have premium. If you didn't know, TradingView has like a 60% offer right now on all their deals. I can use any of the indicators I want. Granted, I only use about 5 or 6, but they do have a deal right now. It's like 60%. It's great to finally come across you, Roman. I love how real you keep it. Yeah, dude. I'm always honest, man. I don't gain anything being an idiot. Like, for all, I mean, it sucks because you have all these big accounts, all these Moonboy accounts, and they actually just make money all the time by being bullish because they get paid by exchanges to shill shit on you guys. The exchanges make money off liquidations. Exchanges are like casinos. They make money when you lose or you get stopped out. So the exchanges need liquidations. They know they can go to the Moon Boys, and if you don't believe me, go to any of their accounts. They offer Bybit deals. They offer promo codes in different exchanges. It is 100% manufactured, 100%. So you'll have someone like the Moon, and he gives you like a 20% off your first Bybit thing, and you get $1,500 sign up bonus. Great. So Bybit offers leverage. So now you're like, oh, now I can use 100 times leverage and make a ton of money. Yeah, no one that uses leverage makes money. Like, I wouldn't use leverage unless you're a very experienced trader, like 5+ years of trading experience. Most of the people that use leverage in this market get liquidated. They end up losing all their money. They lose their friends and family because they're a bunch of idiots, and they lose everything. I mean, you've heard the stories. Go on Reddit. It's crazy. But these people make money from exchanges because they promote the exchanges. Then all of you go to that exchange and use the promo code and use the leverage that they give you, and you think you're a trading superstar, and then you get liquidated 10 times, and then you're out of the market. And guess who wins? The Moon Boy that gave you the shitty advice and the exchange that liquidated you by offering you leverage at a discount. So I made this YouTube, I made my Discord, and I made my Twitter to be honest and give you the truth, because there is hardly any truth in this space, and it's so easy to fraud people And I can't believe it. Like, I will never accept some deal that says, okay, you can tweet about our shitcoin and we'll pay you 15 grand. No, I'm never going to do that. That's not who I am. That's not what I want to do. Money's important to me, and I can make way more money being an honest trader than being a douchebag. So, Roman, do you have a referral code so I can generate you some support with TradingView? So there's no referral code, but I do have a Discord. You're more than welcome to join. It's free. And for those of you that are going to critique me because I just said I'll never offer a paid group, we do have a Patreon. Oh, he's got a Patreon. Yeah, I have a Patreon, but everything's still free. The Patreon's just there if you're like, oh, I want to support Roman or support some of the people and support the Discord or whatever, then you can donate to that Patreon. There is no requirement to donate to the Patreon. You pretty much don't gain anything from Patreon other than the fact that you're willing to give back and say, hey, I gained something out of this. I wanted to support. Like, I want to be a part of this community. I wanted to support, some of the people that are putting a lot of time and effort. I've gotten numerous DMs, like people offering me money, and I'm like, oh, just go to Patreon. It's like $10 a month. You can offer as much support there as you want. I can't accept your money. Like, I just can't. Have I ever thought about maybe offering like one-on-ones and stuff? Yeah. Would I do it for free? Probably not. I really am thinking about that a lot because I've gotten a lot of DMs recently. Hey, can I send on you one-on-one for like 2 months? I'll pay, I'm trying to figure that out. But for now, everything in the Discord, all the signals I do, all my charts, everything free. I don't care. I don't need the extra money. It's all free. It's all in Discord. It's all there. I don't hide shit from people. It's all there. Can you take a look at the ETH card? Yeah. I'll open up some of these alts in a second. So someone had asked earlier, is this a relief bounce? I'm sure that some of these Moonboy accounts are saying, oh my God, we're above 50K. Okay, let's look at a 4-hour. So this is where price action pays to learn. So big thing real quick. You guys just saw, I talked about bearish price action. Bearish price action is as volumes increasing, prices decreasing. Bearish price action is also volume decreasing and price increasing. So I'll give you an example of bearish price action. Over here on the weekly chart, it's very simply explained here. So we have volume going down as essentially prices going up. Okay, yeah, you would have made 100% there. That's great. But if you would have bought in the 50K region, in the 60K region, after this price action occurred, you would have gotten wrecked. You would have seen a 60% drop. Bearish price action. Okay, let's go back to the 4-hour. So 4-hour, this is very easy to spot. You have volume going down and you have price going up. This is bearish price action. This is the definition of a relief bounce. To further prove that, you have RSI, which was oversold as hell for, the last couple days. It's needed to bounce back up. In order to drop more, you need things to reset. Nothing's ever straight up or straight down in a straight line. There's down, some consolidation, maybe a little bit of upward move, then down more. Or we go up, come down a little bit, consolidate, and go up more. Nothing's ever in a straight line. For those people that say we're going straight to 100K tomorrow or next week or next month, they're full of shit and don't listen to them. Yo, the Fox, greetings from Germany. Greetings, my friend. How's it going? I'll sign up after payday, learn more from you. Oh, I appreciate it, man. You don't have to. There's no requirement to. Like I said, if you guys really, really want to, my Patreon link is in my Discord. No requirements to. No, like you don't really gain anything if you do it. It's just there. If you guys want to show support, I'd really appreciate it. But all right, let's move forward. So, whoops. So 4-hour. Not really bullish. We have this relief bounce, which is great. We know that our macro uptrend line, this is this white line, so back to the daily. Our macro uptrend is this white line. Do we test this white line? Sure. Very possible. I think we could test it and then continue lower. I think that's very probable. The price action is definitely leaning towards, let's see, like USDT. Yeah, very, very low volume. Again, very, very low volume. And again, volume going down is price going up. So the 4 major exchanges that I have all say volume's going down, price going up. That's a very good indication that this market is bearish, or at least the current price action is bearish, and we should expect a downward move probably within the next 2 or 3 days. Considering this is a 4-hour chart, I would say, yeah, even the 12-hour low volume going up, I would say, maybe the next 12-hour candle. So I believe that's 7 minutes. So we actually will see the daily close today. So the next 7 minutes will probably go up one more time. We'll wick off this line and then continue lower. That's what I think happens. Just like here, when we went down from 69K, we went down, retested, down, retest, and then down more. So we're probably down, retest, make a bullish pattern, have a nice upward swing over here to let the daily chart really cool off, and then we'll most likely continue lower. I can't imagine that we're in a place where this market's going to go very much higher. So I think that's all I wanted to cover for Bitcoin. Ethereum. So Ethereum. I've heard some talks that we are going to see a massive alt season, and I'd have to disagree. I think alts will bounce. I think, there's probably going to be some good gains from altcoins here pretty soon. But with Ethereum, it's a little weird. So one thing I want to note is our prior resistance line, which I will make as accurate as I can, we're kind of rejecting. We broke above, we had a false breakout, and we dumped. We actually had a false breakdown too, and now we're coming back up. Does this mean that Ethereum's bullish and altcoins are bullish? No. I'm going to quickly run through some altcoin charts before I cover the rest of Ethereum, just to prove that point. So real quick, BET, macro uptrend, lost. Mana, again, macro uptrend, lost. Mana's not looking too bad, but macro uptrend, lost. ADA has lost several areas of large support. XTZ, uptrend, lost. Very much so. Wow. Really dumped. Let's see. XRP, macro uptrend, lost. Link, uptrend, lost. So on and so forth. You guys can look at the rest of the alts. I'm not going to waste your time. But, this brings me back to my first point I said earlier, where altcoins outperform Bitcoin in the bull market and Bitcoin outperforms altcoins in the bull market. We had altcoins losing their macro support levels far, far before Bitcoin did. Doge, XRP, Link, XTZ, BET, ADA. I mean, the list goes on and on. We had so many different altcoins losing support. So, Ethereum could bounce really hard here. Is Ethereum going to hit 10K in the next month? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think this is retesting a resistance line. I think Ethereum got a really nice bounce, which is great. We're still above 4K, but I do think Ethereum's going to come down a little bit. I think Ethereum's going to sit somewhere in this level right when Bitcoin gets to around, 42K-ish. So 44, 46, 42K, somewhere around there before a pattern's made. And I do think Ethereum, if Bitcoin bounces from 42K to, let's say, 53K, which is the next resistance, I think Ethereum could possibly go to 5K. I think by then it's done. So for those of you that don't remember, in May, Bitcoin went from 48K to 60K, which, was a nice little upward swing. Ethereum in May went from 2.5 to 4.2K. It kind of finished the bull run for me. So could Ethereum experience what it experienced while Bitcoin was distributing? Yes, I think that's very, very possible. Ethereum's actually been outperforming Bitcoin for about 2 months now. Let's look at the ETH Bitcoin chart. So yeah, we're actually breaking above my golden support line here. So I'm going to be paying attention to Ethereum these next few days. I mean, Bitcoin, it's pretty much a lost cause. We've lost macro uptrend. We've closed a weekly and now 3 days below macro uptrend. To me, it's not a very bullish chart anymore. We've seen distribution, but now, if we're talking about money cycling into altcoins, Ethereum, it's very possible that Ethereum sees some upward movement. So what we want to pay attention to for the next couple weeks is Ethereum. How is Ethereum responding to what Bitcoin's doing? If it's outperforming Bitcoin, we should be investing in Ethereum. Usually it will have a small move upwards, maybe a parabolic advance, but I don't think the parabolic advance like it had in May will happen because the money's not there. The money's leaving the market. Matic is good. Yeah, Matic does look good. Matic and Ethereum both look good. So new to trading. This is an informative thing. Oh, no problem. Happy to help. But no hyperbolic alt season seems strange. We already had the hyperbolic alt season. From April to July, we had several altcoins going parabolic. You guys have to remember, in 2017, Bitcoin dumped to the floor before alt season. In 2021, in May, Bitcoin dumped to the floor. And then on the comeback up, we had coins like ADA, Solana, Matic, BET, the list goes on and on. All of the XTZ, these things went like from July, XTZ went from 1.89 to $8, almost $9. That is a parabolic advance. Let's look at ADA. ADA. So ADA in July went from $1 to $3. That is a parabolic advance. Let's look at Matic. Is Matic's chart? Matic's chart's okay from July. I wouldn't say it, but to me, this is a parabolic advance. This is just kind of distribution. I mean, volume's technically going down this whole time. We did break above this level, though. This is kind of huge for Matic, and price action's not terrible. So Matic might be a good play here soon. Is it, I do think Ethereum needs to get above 4,400, but we'll see what happens. Let's look at the 4-hour, though. So Ethereum's 4-hour, not bad. Like I said, I'd like to see us maybe make a higher high or at least get above this prior resistance. Again, Bitcoin looks awful. So if Bitcoin goes up a little bit more here, great. But I do see Bitcoin falling soon. So, if you want to invest in alts, wait for that drop. Don't buy now. We've seen 2 or 3 green days. Ethereum's up over 10% from its bottom. 14%. Do not buy right now. Wait for the higher high. Wait for the big breakout. This, we could definitely break above this and then come back down and then continue higher. That's absolutely possible, especially with the way Bitcoin. What do you think about convergence trading too? I've never heard of convergence finance. Yeah, you could definitely stake your ADA. Definitely if you bought the bottom. If you bought the bottom, you should be okay, but there's a chance that ADA never makes. Yeah, just all right. Let's look at let's look at a 12. Yeah, Ethereum looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely in a place to continue upwards. I just don't see a big pattern here. Like if we came back down, so let's say we come back down to this area, double bottom all day, 1, 2, and then we go up. I'd like to see that more than anything. To me, we're still in a weird area, especially with the way Bitcoin looks. I really don't think Bitcoin's going to continue much higher before we drop back into the 45 to 44K area. Let's look at Matic, though. Matic's ripping. Yeah, Matic looking pretty good. We closed the day. I would even say this is our resistance, as we failed to kind of break it here. But Matic looking pretty decent. Really good price action, but we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see for sure. Roman, do you use harmonics patterns? Nope. Don't. I don't. I know what they are, but I just don't use them. The pattern, the reason why I don't use them is because most of the harmonics patterns are just different versions of all the patterns that I use, like a double bottom, an inverted head and shoulders, uh, three descending valleys, three rising valleys. All of those patterns are like they're called bat patterns or like whatever. They're kind of the same as the patterns that I use. Like a bat pattern is like I'm pretty sure like a double top. It looks like that. Same thing as a double. The metaverse coins already popped, so definitely already popped. Yeah, the whole market's green. We're bullish. We're back to a bull market. We're not doing anything yet. 15 minutes. So 15 minutes mad overbought. I could definitely see this coming back down. And, if we're just talking short term, could definitely see this coming back down and retesting this area, this 49.6. So, if you are bullish and you want to get back in this market, you're gonna want to buy on this back test. But to be fair, please stop watching a 1 hour and watch a daily, or at least look at the daily before you try and buy anything right now. This market's leaning very, very bearish. I mean, even this, it just looks like another back test of resistance or prior support. But all right, guys, I'm just gonna open this up to questions. If you have any questions or would like me to go over any altcoins, put them in the chat. I'll try and answer to the best of my ability. If you'd like to see a specific indicator, definitely throw it in there. The floor is open, so ask away. I am just gonna sip on my water until I start seeing them. Does my dog think about? I don't know. I'll have to get back to you. Yeah, the candle just opened, so like I said, I don't think this is fair. So no big next bull run in 2022. Maybe might be out. You're good not to just. So I mean, going off like prior timelines, the bull market ends December, January. So we're midway through, or not midway, we're at the start of December. So, we could see some altcoin movements. Some altcoins might go parabolic. I mean, even in the normal bear market, there are plenty of times where random altcoins have just gone parabolic. I can give you a couple examples. How can you explain what happened today with BRA from negative 30 to plus 30? Probably an exit pump. Let's pull it up. So from down 30 to plus 30. Uh, Probably an exit pump. That or we get a support zone. I don't know. I mean, a lot of altcoins, especially at this time frame, towards the end of the bull run, they're used as exit pumps. So trade at your own risk, but just know that buying giant green candles usually leads to pain. Is EOS dead? Bought stupidly at 0.45. Yeah, I'll look at EOS. Wouldn't say it's dead, but it's definitely entering or re-entering its accumulation zone. So it looks like all of this area is accumulation. We spent about a full year in this zone, so we'll probably spend, I don't want to say we'll spend a full year in this zone again, but it's very possible that we just bounce around in here before either going up or going down. If you bought at 4.5, the fact that we kind of broke down and we're kind of into this zone, if you want to hold it, you can, but just know that a lot of altcoins don't survive the bear market. Can you explain what closing candle means? Wick, long, short tail, meaningful. Yeah, so opens and closes on candles. So let's go to Bitcoin real quick. Sorry. Let's go to Bitcoin. So here's how, just like basic 101. Actually, let me open up like a just clear. Okay, so real quick, you have candles, right? So green and red candles. So let's say this is your candle. Sorry, I'm a horrible drawer. And you have this wick. So if this is a green candle, let's say this is green. Uh, you open here, you open at the bottom, and you close at the top. The wick is where price was, but came back down before close. So usually on green candles, you'll see wicks at the top. On red candles, let's say this is red. Sorry for my terrible handwriting. This is also really hard to draw on TradingView. They need to fix that. So let's say this is a red candle. You'll usually have wicks down. So you open up top and you close at the bottom. And usually you'll wick down. So similar to this candle, we wick down and then went back up for a close. So wicks and opens and closes can really determine if you're above, below, or just retesting support and resistance. So what really confirms breakdowns and breakouts. So let's say this is a really good example. So right here, this daily candle, we went down, we wicked below, we tested our macro support level, and we came back up. That is technically, let's just say, I'm just going to move my line just a tad and just say, okay, let's say we wicked below. So we wicked below, but we came back up. That is not a confirmed breakdown yet. What confirms the breakdown is the next candle. So the next candle, we started, at the close of the previous candle, we went down and we ended up going far down and then coming back up and closing. So closing below this line here confirms the breakdown. Hopefully that makes some sense. So quick question, what would it take for a bullish reversal, or is that too far gone? All this can be a mini bear cycle before a parabolic move. So in order to get parabolic moves, we need retail, we need momentum, we need interest, we need new money coming into this market. Crypto is great because it gains its value like 99% of the time from supply and demand. So if people are buying Bitcoin, if people are buying altcoins, if the supply is running dry and the demand is going up, the price will go up with it. It's simple supply and demand. If you guys ever Google supply and demand, crypto pretty much follows the most basic rules of supply and demand. So in a bear market, when Bitcoin's being sold and the supply is getting greater and people are less interested in it and demand is going down, price is also going to go down. Another basic rule of supply and demand. So in order for another parabolic run, we need to start seeing supply get drained, demand going up, which over the last 2 months, we've seen demand going down. We've seen retail exiting this market. We've been seeing retail not interested in this market. I mean, for those of you that have friends, how many of your friends have been asking you to buy crypto over the last 2 months? I've had zero. Surprisingly, I have a lot of friends, and I have a lot of friends that like to make money too. And none of them are asking me when they should put their money in Bitcoin. In April, they were asking me when they should put their money in Bitcoin. In December, they were asking me when to put their money in Bitcoin. That to me shows a lot of interest. That to me shows parabolic momentum, especially on the chart. I mean, we see volume increasing the entire time we're going up. This entire time we've gone up, volume has gone down. We made a new all-time high because this market was being spoofed, and it was for distribution for whales to get out. How often do I have live streams? So I posted the schedule in the Discord and on my Twitter. So I live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually around 6 p.m. Eastern time. Some Fridays I don't stream. Some Fridays I do. Fridays are more tentative. Sometimes I might stream on a weekend if something crazy happens or if people are bugging me about it. But definitely Monday and Wednesdays I try to stream for about an hour, maybe 2 hours. It just depends how many people are in the stream, how active the stream is, and if a lot of things have happened with price. Like if Bitcoin's not doing anything, there's not a lot to talk about. I don't want to keep repeating myself for a whole hour straight when I talked about the same thing 2 days before. Is it realistic to think Luna could become the biggest coin next to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BTC? Maybe. Possible. You look for correlation with bonds, S&P commodities. No, I actually don't. I think it's hard to find correlation with those things, primarily because Bitcoin has never really experienced a true uh, bear market. I mean, when you zoom out of this chart, this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has never experienced a true bear market. We've virtually only gone up. I mean, you look at some of the, like the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has had years of bear market, like years. Dow Jones, years of bear market. I mean, huge drops, huge amounts of consolidation where people weren't making money. I mean, virtually the stock market has technically only gone up too in all its history, but it's still experienced years of bear market. Also, Bitcoin has never been in a bear market when the stock market has been in a bear market. So I can't say that they correlate yet. They probably will, because in a stock bear market, usually the economy's in shambles and people are trying to save money and no one's really investing and people are scared. So it's hard to say. But for like day-to-day stuff, not really. I mean, if there's a big COVID, like if the COVID crash, correlation. But that was a global event that affected every market. But like day to day, like if the stock market's down 1% today, is Bitcoin going to be down too? I don't think that matters. Could it be a fake out when it dropped below trend line? No, I don't think so. We've closed below trend line. We have some very bearish price action below trend line. Like I said, this could very well just retest trend line and continue lower. I have not bought, and I don't plan on buying until we get down to the 40K range, or at least make some sort of daily pattern. For one thing's for sure, guys, if you're worried about catching a move in this market, there is always, and I mean always, a pattern. Always. There is always a pattern before a run. And I'll prove it to you. Right here, double bottom. Then we went up. Right here, we have a descending wedge and what looks like a double bottom right here. And then we went up. On this move here that goes up, double bottom. Then we went up. And here, cup and handle. Then we go up. This is weird. I probably wouldn't have traded that. Actually, I didn't trade it. But okay, right here. Symmetrical triangle with a double bottom right before we break out. And then we move up. And we also knew that we were in a bull time frame. Here, inverted head and shoulders, and then we move up. COVID crash, we knew we were going to rebound from the COVID crash. Every market did. But here again, double bottom, move up. It's too easy to see this market moving in certain directions. And also you can look at your other indicators to determine that too. But there is always a pattern before a move up. This is not a pattern. This is just a bunch of bullshit and Moon Boy's telling you that we're going to 100K tomorrow. Do not buy this. Do not buy into this. If we break back above 53K, maybe it was a fake out. Maybe. I'm not going to rule that off the table, but for now, the entire chart is bearish. Do not buy this. Looking from top down, this is bearish. Do not buy this. Please, do not buy this. Like, I don't want to give you guys financial advice and tell you what to do. I try not to do that, but this is extremely bearish. Thoughts on play to earn? I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it has to do with the metaverse. But all right, I'll look at some of these altcoins and then I'm gonna call it a day because yeah, people don't like bear content, nor it's what we need, the hero we need but not deserve. Yeah, people don't like bear content because you're telling people that they're gonna lose money, and it sucks, but the truth hurts. So get over it. All right, I'll look at let's look at some other shit here. You guys want Crow? I'll look at Crow. I don't think I've ever looked at Crow before. Okay, Crow. Wow. I guess this just got added to Coinbase, so This is going to be tough to do analysis on, but I do see a very possible double bottom. It doesn't really look too clean right now. I'd say I'd have to argue that this is going to come down one more time and then pop up, but it looks decent. Yeah, look at that. Look how well that works. So yeah, I would say Crow could be a possible decent buy. I would wait for this to come down first. Wait for it to come back down to 0.52, and then maybe buy the potential symmetrical triangle bottom, and then of course the breakout. So could be a good. I'll probably look at it tonight, see where it's at. But in terms of Crow making a new all-time high, it could. It looks like it's a new coin, especially on Coinbase, so it could. I also do like. Sorry, I keep forgetting this is. I do like how volume's going down as price is going down. Technically, that's very bullish, but this is a very new coin, so it's hard to say. When is the right time to buy? Around 53K. The right time to buy. No. The right time to buy. So depending on your trading strategy, you have to remember, it depends how you trade. If you trade, you're a swing trader, this is not a good time to buy. If you're a day trader, maybe it's a good time to buy or short. For most retail traders, for most inexperienced traders, what I'll tell you is look at a weekly chart. Okay, look at a weekly chart. Open up your multiple moving averages and hit the log function and zoom out. I'm actually going to pull up the Bitstamp just because it has the most data on TradingView. Okay, look which moving average gets touched the most or indicates the bottom. And if you guys, for those of you that don't know, let me remove the 100 just because it clouds everything up. So look at this real quick. The 100 or the 200 or the white line has been a very consistent indicator in a market bottom. We bottom here at $215. We bottom here again at 3.5K. We bottom here again at, really we went through it, but it was about 4K, 5K area. If you want to get a fresh step in this market and make a ton of money, start buying when Bitcoin is below, decently below the 50 moving average on the weekly chart. So if I was new in this market, taking the advice I just gave you, I would begin buying right around here. I would start my DCA account there, and it would be buying all of this. Okay, and you're like, oh, well, I could have bought here and sold here. That's not the point of a DCA. A DCA is a long-term investment. And it's to catch all of this so that you can sell up here. But okay, let's just say you bought down, your average is right around here. So let's say your average is about 6.5K. Okay, you started in 2018, and in 2021, you would have made a 10x. If you DCA'd $10,000, you would have walked away with 100 grand over 3 years. That's huge. And that's a DCA. That's you literally taking your money and hitting auto buy on Coinbase or auto buy on BlockFi or auto buy on whatever exchange you want to use. You are doing nothing and you just made 100 grand. That's what I would recommend to you. So, Bitcoin's kind of testing the 50. I would say, we're going to kind of dance around, and this is where you want to buy in this area. So around 35 to 15K, depending on where the bottom is. I can't tell you. I don't have that kind of data with me right now, but if we're in a true bear market, like I've said before, we should see a 75% price decrease from the top. I'm not going to count this top because it was spoofed, but 75% would be around 16 to 20K. So I would say anywhere between 16 to 20K is where the bottom is. So if you wanted to start on the bottom or right before the bottom to DCA, by all means. But for those of you that are like, I need to make money right now and do this, maybe look into day trading. I don't day trade, so I can't tell you where the best entry would be. Plus, it's day to day. Please look at render token. What is the... I don't know what the symbols are, but I'll see if I can... Oh, here it is. Wow. Render token. Kind of looks like it already had a parabolic advance, man. Looks like if you're not into it, you missed out. This is 100% a parabolic advance. That is a 10x, man. This thing's gonna drop and probably come down to, I'd say $1.60, maybe $3. If we're drawing support lines here, let's just draw some little rough lines. There's support. I'd say there's some support right around here. So yeah, I could definitely see this thing coming down to 273 before a big bounce. I think it's very likely. Where do I see the Bitcoin bottom in the upcoming bear market? I own at 35K. So I kind of just talked about it, but anywhere where the 200 weekly moving average. It's going to depend on a few things. Time frame. So time frame, let's say we were to bottom tomorrow, 18K. If we're going to bottom a couple months from now, this line continues up. So let's say we bottom in July 2022. 25K would be the bottom. If we bottom, April, 20K. If we bottom in January, 19K. So anywhere between the 30 and 20K area, I think is a good bet. If you bought at 35K and you're a long-term holder, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think you're in a decent price. You could experience some loss, but eventually we will bottom and continue higher. So please cover sand. I want to buy in for a medium-term buy. So I'll cover sand real quick. The sand. Yeah, I already knew the answer to this question. It already had a parabolic advance, my friend. From bottom to or really accumulation range to the top, 11x. This thing will probably dump, just like most things are. Most of these shit coins you guys are talking about, or these metaverse coins, or whatever you want to call them, I call them shit coins because they're new and won't last to the next bear market. If they have already had a 10x gain, do not buy them. Do not buy them. Do not buy something that's up 1,100% over the last month and a half. Like, let me show you what happens after a parabolic advance. Where is Sheeb? This is a perfect example, and this is why I told people to take profits for those that were in profit. Okay, so we have Sheeb, right? We have Sheeb. It did a 14x from its accumulation range. Awesome. Some people made a shit ton of money. Okay, but what's it at now? From top to current bottom, you are down almost 70%. Will this coin make it through the next bear market? Probably not. Like most won't. But this is why I say, don't buy something that already had a 10x gain. Don't buy it. Don't waste your time. It's going to drop. And if you don't put a stop loss in, you're going to lose your whole account. So be safe or be sorry. Use risk management, please. We teach plenty of it in our Discord. So with that said, guys, one last time, for those of you that are new, the Discord link is below. It's free to join, open to the public. We don't charge a single cent. I have plenty of trading mentors, or you can add myself. If you want to learn any indicator or just simply share a strategy, it's all there for you. It's a nice, positive community too. And we don't just talk about trading. There's other topics we talk about as well. But link is below. And as always, guys, if you like the content today or appreciate, want to show support, please like and subscribe. I put a lot of time and effort into this. I try to get things ready before the stream. I take time out of my day. I do this all for free, and I don't expect any sort of repayment. But any sort of like and subscription, it would help me out. Any kind of support you can show, I'd really appreciate. But as always, guys, please, please, please use risk management. Be patient. And as always, good luck trading.